friends! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a floral bundle using only ingredients that I found in the garden. These are all easy to find and very accessible herbs that you can find at your grocery store, on a walk, on a hike, from your neighbor's backyard, or even your own garden if you have one. So stay tuned to find out how to make this bundle. Here we have some rosemary, some mint marigold, mugwort, chamomile, lavender, and some roses. You can of course substitute these herbs and flowers with whatever you might have growing in your garden, or other edible, culinary, or magical herbs that you would like to see in a bundle. The whole purpose of making this is to find something that's a substitute for white sage, and if you want to find out more information, you can click the link down below or watch last week's video where we go a little bit more in depth about why you shouldn't use white sage. To start making this bundle, you're going to cut a length of cotton thread, embroidery floss, or any kind of non-synthetic cording that's about 3 feet long. Gather your mugwort together or whatever base herb you want to use, and then begin by layering the different botanicals on top. Here I'm putting on the rosemary. I like to put on the more green herbs first and then layer the flowers over top so you can really see them stand out. Try and place the pieces with the more woody stems towards the back and the softer, more leafy ones towards the front so you don't see the stem as much. Here I'm adding marigold mint, which is also known as Mexican tarragon, and it's an herb which is used in ritual as an offering, incense, in smoking blends, or as a tea that has mind-altering effects, which is said to raise consciousness. This floral bundle uses all herbs which are good for lucid dreaming, sleep, and relaxation, so I thought this blended perfectly with the theme of this bundle, but it's not as commonly found as the other ones, so you can easily substitute whatever other herbs that you find to be relaxing. Or if you wanted, you could leave it out entirely, and I just removed some of the stems and leaves to make it look a little bit prettier and to just clean it up so that you could see the lavender, which we'll be adding next. And you can place this in whatever form you want. I try and keep all the herbs towards the top because once you're wrapping it with the cording, you don't want the herbs to break off. But if you use them fresh, they should be a little bit more pliable. But you can also use dry as long as it's not completely dry and crispy. And now add in your chamomile over top and just sort of wiggle the herbs around and fit them in between the other ones. Decorate it however you like. Now you're going to take your string and find the midpoint and begin by wrapping it around the front of the bundle. Move the loose ends to the side so you have them on your left and right, and we're going to be crisscrossing back and forth, turning the bundle over, so just tighten it once over at the top and make sure you get everything aligned the way you like it, and then using your fingers just twist it across the back where you'll begin to form this crisscross motion. And make sure to tighten it up pretty snugly, but don't pull too hard, obviously, to break the stems. Just make sure it's snug, because once this bundle dries, it's going to shrink up a little bit. Now, we're going to crisscross across the front, as you can see here, and you still have time to adjust it a little bit if some of the herbs ended up on the side or not being very visible. And you can start adding your rose petals here, or whole roses if you like, if they're small enough to fit on there. And make sure that you tighten everything down as you form a crisscross again, and then you're going to keep doing this motion back and forth all the way down the length of your bundle. Once you reach the bottom of the bundle, take each end of the string and tightly wrap it around the bottom, and just tie a knot in the back. At this point, you're going to want to cut off any excess thread or string, and you're done with your bundle. Just going to want to hang it up upside down for about 2 weeks to let it completely dry, and then you can light it, or you can leave it as is as a decoration on your altar or in your home somewhere. But if you wanted to light it for any ritual purposes, just wait about 2 weeks or until you feel it's dry enough. As a little bonus, I'm going to show you guys how to make a simplified version of this, and this just requires 2 ingredients, just your mugwort and lavender, and these might be easier to find fresh for you guys, so if you couldn't find any of the other florals, don't worry, you can still make a beautiful wand that you can use on your altar. So you can use mugwort, or if you wanted to use another base herb, you could use the rosemary in the lavender, or some garden sage in the lavender, anything you want really. And so here I'm just taking the mugwort and placing the lavender on, and unlike the other bundle, you don't want to just leave your lavender at the top. You can add it going down the bundle so you can equally see all of the lavender across the entire bundle. Continue layering your lavender as you like, going all the way down the bundle, and when you're done, trim the ends and we can start wrapping it with the cord. Like with the first bundle, you're going to take your cotton string, and I cut this one just a little bit shorter, but if you wanted to cut 3 feet, that's fine too, just to make sure that you have enough. And you're going to find the midpoint again, and just as before, we're going to crisscross all the way down the bundle, but you're going to start all the way at the top this time. We're going to wrap all the lavender inside of the string. There's not going to be that big fluffy part on top. Once you've finished wrapping the bundle, as with the previous wand, you're just going to want to tie the excess string around the bottom and tie it off, and you're done. Once these bundles are dried and ready to use, you can use these the same way you would use a sage wand or a Palo Santo. You can use it to cleanse the area around you before a ritual, or cleanse your altar or yourself or somebody else. And since these all use sustainable, easy to find herbs that come straight from your garden, you don't have to worry about anything that comes along with white sage or any of those other herbs that are endangered or at risk. Let me know if you like this video down in the comments below, and don't forget to check out those links in the description box to learn more about white sage and its at-risk status and why we shouldn't be using it. And give this video a thumbs up and leave me any comments or questions down below. Thanks for watching!